Hello everyone and welcome back to my daily reading. This is Anna. This is the reading for Wednesday, November the 19th. Interesting reading. Well, they're all interesting, but at the top of the pyramid we find the Nine of Wands, followed by the King of Cups or Chalices, and the Ace of Swords, and the Oracle card is the Key. Okay, and when I pulled this card, hairs stood on end, and I got kind of excited. I was like, oh my god. It's just very interesting because I'll tell you in a minute. Anyhow, so nine of wands, okay, and this card immediately brought to mind the image of a gate, like a door. Like you can't get your foot in a door, a crossroads, or literally you can't stop. You can't come in. You can't get in the door. You can't get in and enter our courtyard. You can't enter the inner workings of something. You can't get your foot in the door. Okay, so this card, the Nine of Wands, is a challenge card, even though it's upright, right? You can't get your foot in the door, and that's what's going on. This is the major theme, not being able to get your foot in the door, to enter, to get into here. Why? It's like I feel like I'm looking at, you know, like an iron gate, and you're, once you're in, and then you're going on the path, and then it's like in palace and through the arch of the palace, and it's like the courtyard, something like that. That's the image that I got, so you can't get your foot in the door. Okay, King of Chalices, King of Cups. Obviously this is a water, this is a core card, male, water sign most likely. And what's going on with him? He's a friendly guy, happy-go-lucky kind of guy, not super go-lucky, you know what I mean? He's a friendly individual, mature, friendly, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to explain this card too much. It's just the core card, the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is facing the Ace of Swords, okay? And in this deck, this is a major challenge. It's a problem. This card is a delay card. Ouch! Well, it is. Okay, but the card is saying you need to be dynamic. See that sun in the background there? This card is saying you need to take a dynamic stance, you need to be dynamic at this time in order to get your foot in the door. If you're not being dynamic, if you're being sort of passive, which the King of Cups tends to be passive. All right, so if you remain passive, if you're not taking necessary actions, if you're not dynamic enough, if you're not presenting your point of view, your proposal, whatever it is, you're not gonna get the foot in the door. Okay, no one wants to listen to someone who's not you have to be able to convince them. You need to convince them, and you need to be dynamic in doing so. This is a warning for any of you who have presentations today or whenever you hear this. Okay, so if you have proposals and presentations, guess what, like, you better be dynamic. You better not go in there kind of on the weak side, because the King of Cups, it's much more, he's a more flowing, passive type of guy, but within the suits is kind of the weakest, not kind of, it is for me the weakest of the kings in terms of he's not like super dynamic. He's not a dynamic. It's a different persona is what I mean. Okay, and so that's what's going on there. And if you want to get your foot in the door, you better kick it up a couple of notches. Otherwise, you're not going to gain entry into this. Okay, this is bad if you're applying for a new job position, applying for anything, or you're trying to get some sort of a person to endorse you, that kind of thing. So if you want to do that, you better be dynamic. Then we come to the key. Literally, we have the gate and then the key. Really? If you are dynamic, which is the advice, if you are much more robust, if you are convincing and you have a solid argument, doors that were locked will now be opened. Seriously? Doors that were locked will now be opened. And that's what's going on here. Now, in a more mundane sense, setting that all aside, because this just popped into my head. Don't forget your keys, or be careful where you're placing your keys. Don't misplace your keys and you literally can't get in the front door of something, of work, of your home, your car, God forbid. That kind of popped into mind on the mundane side, more like on the level side of regular life activities for whatever reason. So, if you place your keys in a certain place, keep putting them in a certain place in the beginning or the end of the day. You know what I mean? So that you're not losing your keys, and don't do anything stupid with them. I just had to throw that in there just in case. It makes me weary. I better hang my keys up where I always hang them because now that's on my mind. Okay, blessings to you from always. Have a wonderful day. Don't lose your keys, please. And if you are proposing something and presenting, remember to be dynamic and robust. You need to be convincing, and that's how you'll get your foot in the door, my friends. If you're not convincing, the gate will remain closed. Okay? So, but you have the key now. The reading is telling you to be dynamic. Alright? Don't be passive, or you're not getting in this door. Nope. No way. No taking no laundry, my friends. That's the way it is. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Thursday reading. Bye bye.